everyone, this is AndreasG again, and you are currently watching a community tournament hosted by Aldia. I'm talking of course about the Supercommander weekly, and it is week 5 now and we're in the finals. This is the second game between Wondible and Qzipco. As you see in the brackets here, both players has beaten every opponent up to the point here where they're facing each other in the finals. Qzipco won the first match on Sedox here, and Wondible has now selected Dust Bowl to be their final match, or their second most final match, I guess. It's up to Wondible now. If he wins this one, it's gonna drag out, and if Qzipco takes it, he takes the tournament. So spawning in here in blue, as always, we've got Qzipco with the bot first, opening with some eco. We're probably gonna see second bot factory there, as we've seen from him so far. Other side here, we've got Wondible in red, opening with the bot factory as well, going eco, and then second air, as we've seen a lot from him as well. With me here today, I have mangomango. Hey man.
Hey, how's it going?
So what do you think about the start?
Well, it looks like each player has taken a little bit of a scare in that last game, so both seem to be going bots than air. You've seen that both very capable players. Wondible seems to love his expansion, his early pushes outwards. We'll see if he takes advantage of that earlier.
And if we look at the map here though, it's pretty interesting thing here, to be honest. If you see this oh shit, I can't get the thing up. Let's use the hotkeys. Or not. Here, the crack here in the middle here, separating a lot of the map here. If somebody moves the forces on the other side of the crack, they can get them going without being scouted too easily, I guess.
Indeed. It'd be much more interesting if Qzipco did it, because it kind of forms this natural barrier between the two cracks there, so he could potentially wall himself off.
Yeah, and he can get a lot of map control through that as well. And that's maybe not gonna be such a big focus for Wondible, because it looks more open to him. The thing is that Qzipco needs to have control over that crack there, because otherwise Wondible can get units into his base. We see good.
Actually, the interesting thing about a sphere is the way you can just move around the map. Depending on your outlook, depends on what decisions are made sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. The bomber out from Qzipco though, and I can still not get the ping up. Let's see if we can do some damage here. Doesn't look like it has done anything critical.
Let's see
yet.
if this lone Spec Ox Dox does some more damage here. It is just fractionally away from that Fabber, but it's just not moving in.
Again for Qzipco here. That's so irritating to watch. I mean, can he see it? No, he just barely can't see that Fabber there.
The thing is,
now
he's got a
he
scout just there. He's got a scout right there. If he moved forward, he could see.
Yeah, wow. We see Wondible though trying to expand in every direction with the Fabbers there. We see, how many Fabbers do we have? He has
I
6
counted at least
Fabbers.
6 there.
Yeah, 6 Fabbers. But in the same time, Qzipco raiding his 3 maxes there. Oh, bomber takes out.
Bomber takes out.
Oh!
Nearly 2 there, 2 more there.
Unlucky, and I think this Dox took out a Fabber as well there. So good denying from Qzipco there, and that's a huge win from him to just deny expansions. And in the meantime, we see the proxy up from Qzipco, and Mott tells his co-caster to don't talk.
It's another guy who joined in. There's a random Murafa, I think his name is.
Yeah, this is that's how serious this tournament is, right? Shit, too serious.
And
And that was the 2 final from the originally expansion of Wondible, but 2 new out. Gotta give him that. He do not give up. There's still opportunities, I guess. But in the meantime, look at the eco.
Qzipco making fast work of taking advantage, expanding out in every direction while keeping the pressure on. Certainly got, what, a third at least? 30 metal ahead. Still not balancing his power particularly well, but we'll see if he fixes that soon. I suspect his power crash is going to keep on happening as he's queued up. He's realised his error there.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we see his proxy base are uncontested. A great position for that proxy base there. I think it's a good proxy base to have for grabbing map control and grabbing metal, not particularly for killing the base. But then again, he can attack from another side, like in late game. But it's just building energy there at the moment. Oh, this bomber though. Is he gonna get the fabbers?
Oh,
He sees
is the
them.
micro strong with this one?
He sees them. But do he turn around? He turns around. No.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it does.
auto. I've seen it now.
One going
Oof.
down. And
Oh, that's it, gone.
denied.
Oh, that is brutal.
Wow. And was that the nail in the chest? That's what I'm asking myself now.
That is all of Wondible's fabbers down.
But it still's got some extractors here. Not permanently though, because there's nothing protecting them, as we see. Just single Doctor can slowly and steady take down that metal extractor. And I'm afraid that's what we're going to see more of.
That's unfortunate. Because Qzipco is capitalising on his forward base there, moving a few tanks up. That's all he needs at this point to take out all that metal, all that stream.
Exactly. And the bomber even doing some work in there. Oh, and that is some good micro there. Bit unfortunate for him, and the bomber goes down. But just Qzipco's overall map presence is way better than Wondible this far in this match. Qzipco expanding carefully, protecting his expansion, getting slowly map control, not too fast, while we saw Wondible going a just full out expansion strat. And if your opponent counters that, it's often good player does, you end up in this situation.
It's going to be very hard, but it's certainly not impossible for to Wondible to pull this back. Yeah. Although I did see an air fabber which seems to have disappeared, so I presume that's also been shot down.
Yeah, Qzipco just has air laying around, gaining him intelligence and denying expansions. And this little grape here, for instance, he wouldn't have seen that if it wasn't for the fireflies. And now he can potentially answer to that if he feels like. It's an interesting difference in the unit composition between the two players though.
Yeah, Wondible going a very heavy... actually, almost even mix of Infernos, tanks and spinners.
Huh. While using the dogs to travel around the backside. It has worked out for him pretty well actually.
The composition so far, yeah, but his eco is suffering hard now.
Oh, that is a good point. And we see what is so classic in this patch here, with the Grenadiers just kiting the tanks. Qzipco has just enough Grenadiers there to deal with those tanks without getting
Wondible
too much
is
losses.
about to lose
Oh.
more expansion.
He is indeed finally raiding though, but I think it's going to be taken down. And it didn't really do too much harm here. I really have to say I like this proxy base from Qzipco. Look at all the map control he has just because of that proxy base. Without it there, if you can imagine that, it would not have any more troops coming in to protect the area in a long time. And potentially attacks like that could have gotten it and taken down a lot of metal.
This lone Grenadier might actually do some damage here to its own devices. No. Potential for taking up fabbers has been lost.
Oh, MVP here, but it's taken down. But as I interestedly mentioned in the start of the game here, as we see the other side of the crack here, not really expanded to, not really used, and we do see some raiding forces coming in here, and he is probably gonna spot the commander there, and to be honest, he could potentially pull off a boombot sniper. I mean, it's
And
still theoretically, but
theoretically, yes. 3 factories though, that'll take a little time to get up. And he's called
and
a
he
GG.
calls the GG, yeah. And that is it. Qzipco is the king of this tournament. We all kneel down to him.
Well done to the #1 scrub.
Yeah, because it is indeed the #1 scrub, and he's never gonna be platinum. No, a Uber. But that is another story, right?
We're seeing their victory inside of 10 minutes for Qzipco there. Very well played, very straight to the point.
Yeah, convincing match here from Qzipco's perspective. And we've actually got him in here in the chat. What do you think about the match, Qzipco? Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I thought it was pretty easy because I counterattacked all his expansions and
You nailed his expansion, something hardcore.
that I don't know, it wasn't that hard of a game. So
Cocky here. I like it.
yeah, but well played from Wondible as well. So
Yeah, you did good at taking down his expansions. And I really liked your proxy base there. Good
yeah,
positioning.
thanks, man.
Got a lot
Yeah.
of map control with that proxy base.
Yeah, I managed to take some metal spots there, and I prevent him from taking other metal spots. So it was nice proxy base there.
I have to ask you though, what are your thought process of the Sedox map? Did you think it was a good map?
Yeah, I didn't really like the big maps, but that's just a personal thing. But I like the map because you have to control a lot of things. You have to control land and naval, and as you saw with my game, you have to control orbital as well, because I orbital sniped him.
Indeed, and that's the thing many 1v1 players who are
Yeah.
actually pretty good always forgets about.
And
I'm not gonna mention name, but Matisse, Aladia.
well, also the tier 2 timed out perfect for me because I could take down all his expansions on the land on Z-Tox. And yeah, tier 2 bot factories like the Slammers, they can also shoot torpedoes, so they're good on land and on in sea as well.
So again, congratulations with the tournament. And thank you mangomango for casting with me. I think it has been a lot of fun.
Thank you very much for having me. It has been a lot of fun. We should do it again sometime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should indeed. And all you viewers out there, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. We have a lot. So you should go check out Exodus Esports homepage. I'm gonna link it down in the description here. And it's a lot of tournaments all the time. For instance, the Mr. Mayhem in 2 weeks. It's gonna be a big tournament with a lot of good players, and it's gonna be a huge mystery. So go check that out, and don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more casts in the future. So thank you.